In this video, everything you need to know when booking a holiday to La Caleta in Tenerife. This includes the beaches, the restaurants, the nightlife, what there is to see and do, where to stay, the weather and much more. But also a few warnings as well as some money saving tips to make your next holiday here with us in Tenerife perfect. Let's start first with the beaches and the places where you can swim. La Caleta does not have your typical large sandy beach. However, there are plenty of places along the coastline where it is very popular to swim from. Do know that these are not really typical sand beaches, but most of these are rocky areas you swim from or pebble beaches. Just outside of town you do have a nice beach. This goes by many different names, but let's just call it Playa La Caleta to make it easy, and as this is a common name used. This is a dark sand beach. There's also some pebbles here and a lovely little beach bar. So what about the restaurants in La Caleta? Well, this could be one of the biggest reasons to visit this area of Tenerife. Next to the waterfront here you have plenty of great fresh seafood and fresh fish restaurants. You can have a great lunch here or a more extensive dinner experience, but do know that in the weekends, because these are popular with the locals as well, these restaurants can get very busy. So if you want to go eat there in the weekends, it is best to reserve a place in advance. From here it is also quite easy to walk to Costa Adeje or simply take a taxi there, where you have one of the biggest varieties of restaurant choices on the island. If you are walking to Costa Adeje using the coastal promenade, know that you will first pass a few very expensive restaurants and more pricey and upscale, but if you continue a little bit further, it generally becomes more casual and more family oriented. So where should you stay in La Caleta? Well, know that this area is still quite a lot under development and there are popping up new hotels. So for an updated list you can always check on my website at checkedholidays.com. But one of the places I can definitely advise here is the Royal Hideaway Corrales. If you want to stay a little bit outside of the resort, another great option are also the H10 Costa Adeje and also the Tivoli La Caleta. Tenerife Resort are within very easy walking distance. But each one of these has a specific type of person and a specific type of budget. So to find out which one is the best one for you, have a look on my website to find that out. What is there to see and do in La Caleta? Well, to be honest, in La Caleta there isn't that much to do. Many of the attractions, however, are nearby. Many of the major attractions, I would say, like the Siam Park, which is a great park to visit. There's also all kinds of other parks, but this is in Costa Adeje and this is about 2 or 3 kilometers away. It is quite easy to get there and also to explore Costa Adeje. If you walk the coastal path, you will pass also many nice, great beaches if you want to have a change of scenery or a more proper beach style holiday. Also for those who like to play golf, this is an excellent place as the Costa Adeje Golf is also nearby. If you explore a little bit further in the other direction, there is also plenty of hiking paths there, as well as some great, more natural, more authentic places to swim, coves and beaches to explore. So what is the best way to get from the airport in Tenerife to La Caleta? Well, you could take there the public bus, but I would definitely not advise this because you will have to transfer at least once to get there, and then still the bus might stop quite far away from your hotel. A shuttle bus is a much better option as it will wait for you at the airport. If you have a delay, they will guarantee you a seat on the bus, they will take care of your luggage and they will also drop you off at your actual hotel reception, not some random bus stop. Taking a shuttle bus here will normally be about 10 euros, which is a few euros more than taking the public transport, but it is generally much easier. In many cases, it's also a great option to take a taxi, but do know that the price will be around 25 to 30 euros. Do know that these are starting prices. If you're traveling on Sunday or during evenings, or you have to detour because of roadworks, the price will be higher. If you are traveling with a lot of luggage, children who need child safety seats, more than 4 people, or you're arriving in the weekends or in the evening, it is often better simply to book a taxi and reserve it before online. This one will cost you 57 euros, but that is a fixed and set price. Know that the prices and conditions mentioned here can change. Therefore, I will leave a link below this video in the description as well as in the comment section to my website, where you can find the most up-to-date information about prices and conditions. You can also find there a link to the companies I would advise you to book a taxi or a shuttle with. These are also the companies that I use when visiting Tenerife. Should you rent a car when staying in La Caleta? Well, I would more or less say yes, because it is generally one of the best places to do so. Because there is a lot of easy parking here, it is easy to rent the car to use it to explore the rest of the island. Also, there are a lot of great attractions nearby, but by just using the public bus they are much less easy to visit. And also the free bus that goes around from these attractions does not pass all the hotels in this area of La Caleta. So if you're staying here longer than a week, especially I would advise you to rent a car. If you do want to rent a car, have a look on my website at checkedholidays.com/cars, where I give you all the information that you need to make the process go as smooth as possible without any upselling or scamming. And also you will find a 10% discount code for car rental there. What is the weather like here, and when is the best time for you to go? Well, La Caleta benefits from the warm, dry climate of Tenerife's southwest coast and is generally more sheltered than El Medano and Golf del Sur, where it can be a lot more windy most of the times of the year. For this reason, it's a great place to visit all throughout the year. Winter days often are pleasant, although evenings beside the water can feel cool and occasionally a little bit cloudy and wet, even though this doesn't happen very often. June and September usually offer an excellent balance of warm weather, good atmosphere and better value than the busiest school holidays, while July and August are hotter and more pricey, and Christmas and New Year especially are very costly in the luxurious hotels here. Tenerife is a great place to go on holiday, but I quickly want to give you a couple of warnings about La Caleta to make sure you have the best holiday possible. The first thing you should know when visiting La Caleta is that you have to fly to Tenerife South Airport, not Tenerife North Airport. Yes, there are 2 very different airports here on the island. The Tenerife South Airport is much closer to La Caleta. Many travel companies group this area together with the Costa Adeje, and while technically that is correct, it is a very different area compared to the rest of the Costa Adeje, and also the Costa Adeje is quite far away from here. So if you are booking this area, know that you are in La Caleta and not the Costa Adeje itself. Also, when going out to a restaurant here, as they serve a lot of fresh fish, it is quite common that the prices are by weight. So definitely check that you don't confuse the price by weight by the set price. So, who is this holiday destination the best for? Well, La Caleta is ideal for couples, food lovers, luxury travelers, golfers and anyone who wants peaceful evenings with easy access to the rest of what Costa Adeje has to offer. It is less ideal for budget travelers, younger visitors looking for clubs, or families who want a wide sandy beach directly outside of the hotel. I would choose it for restaurants, the sunsets, the coastal walks and the combination of a small fishing village with some of Tenerife's best resort hotels. To make sure your next holiday is perfect, have a look at this page on my website checkedholidays.com/guides, where you can find all the companies I like to travel with, some discount codes as well as some tips and tricks to make your holiday even better, or have a look at this video.